Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of the My Player Career Mode. Today we're returning with the season finale of Season 3 as we are here with Benfica closing out our league season in Portugal. Of course out of Europe now, but focusing on the domestic double. And our first game today kicks off with a first v second clash against Porto, with us currently 7 points ahead of our rivals. A win in this first game today will see us move 11 points clear with just 7 league games to go. It's looking all but likely that it's going to be a Benfica title, but still a bit of work to be done. We've also then got the Taça Portuguesa Cup final against Boa Vista. Looking forward to that, going for our second domestic cup trophy of the save after winning the FA Cup last year with Burnley. And to be honest, at the moment I'm not really too sure what my plans are for next year. It honestly depends how we get on in today's episode. Still a lot of big games to come and work to be done, kicking off with this first game at home to Porto. So we're still rocking the Benfica shirt, of course, but I have got a new accessory today with the old hat. It's very, very cold at the moment, and I've just got back from a family event, and yeah, it was very cold. So the hat has stayed on. I was wearing it in the car, so the hat has remained for this episode. I look like I'm in a 2000s boy band, but I kind of rate it. You know, let me know what you think of that hat down below. João Mario 1-2. João Mario blocked. João Mario! Scrappy goal, but Benfica lead. I would say we've been the best team pretty consistently across the league campaign this season, but as I've mentioned, it's not done yet, and last bit of defending to do to get into the half-time break, and that's going to be a penalty. Strong tackle, won the ball, but I think I came through the man, and I may have given Porto, yeah, it's a definite pen. Won the ball, but only by coming through the man. Oh, and he's Panenka'd it as well. That is filth. And just before the break, Porto have their equaliser. Absolute head loss from me there. I'm just going to keep things ticking over here. And that's a good ball. Frederick, João Mario, Casper, 2-1 Benfica. And that's the threat that we do pose. Our attack has been so good this season, and that's a lovely little build-up. Quick 1-2s into Casper, and he fires us back into the lead. That's more like it. Oh, I pinched that. Can we send it early? Am I on there? I think I'm on side. Tolkien to beat. And instead I'm going to pull it across. And it's not going to count as a goal or an assist, and I'm stuck on the post. But it is going to be 3-1 to Benfica. And into stoppage time here. Ball floated in. Cleared by Frederick. I'm going to hoof it long, and that will do it. Benfica 11 points clear at the top of the Liga Portugal, and it is most certainly in our hands now. We're nearly there, boys. Just got to see over this final hurdle. Big win to kick off today's episode. So we've actually got a couple of international friendlies coming up now, and just thinking about it, there should be an international tournament come the end of this season. We should have the 2026 World Cup in June and July, so hoping to get called up for that if England have qualified, which I assume they have. So we might have an extra little episode between now and next season if we do get called up to that World Cup squad. Still a lot to focus on before we get there, and I'm going to very briefly go over these two friendly games. Corner swung in and cleared, and that'll fall to me on the edge, and great opportunity here as I've gone for it. Oh, and it's just bounced wide. Wouldn't have been quite the same with the keeper at a net, but you know that I've been trying that halfway line goal. So close to it there on the weaker left foot. Oh, that's nicely worked inside. Jude flicks it. Surely, there's the goal. Oh, I just needed to relieve the pressure, you know. It's another one notched up for my country. I think that's my third goal now. We've obviously only played in international friendlies. I think, off the top of my head, I think that's our third goal. I will double check and I'll put a little tally, but that'll do it for this game. 2-0. So back to league matters with Benfica now. Porto have played before us and won, so they've cut the gap to 8 points. But if we win our game in hand here against Casa Pia, it will return to 11. My maths is horrific, so I'm not going to try and work out when we can win it. But we're going to crack on now, roll into these final 7 league games, and I'm sure it's just a matter of time until we wrap up that league title. Let's get it done. Come on, Benfica. Corner goes short, worked into the middle, and we've got a lot of bodies back there. I'm just lingering on the edge of the box, but it's worked nicely. Ledesma makes the save, but the rebound will be turned home, and Casa Pia say, we're not just gonna make this easy for you boys. Koku, good ball. I see the captain Frederick. It's a brilliant strike. And Benfica back on level terms straight away. No goal for us, but we'll take the assist as the captain fires us level almost instantly. That's more like it. Come on, let's just get this title wrapped up, boys. Oh, it's good tracking back from me there. And into Koku. Just hold it, Rafa. There we go, round the corner, and surely for the finish. There we go. That will help in our race for the golden boot, and we've turned it around here. Benfica lead by 2-1. This game's starting to open up, and you could see there being one final chance before the final whistle blows as Rafa through the middle. Had to check his run. Does well. Frederick on the move, and there's the third. Had a feeling there might be a 4th goal in this game as it was starting to open up with Casa Pia pushing for the equaliser, but instead it comes to Benfica and it's the captain who grabs it. Frederick, 3-1, 3 points in the bag and moving 11 points clear at the top of the league once again. So just rolling straight on into the next one. Porto have played before us again and they did manage to win, so again cut the gap to 8 points, but of course the script remains the same. If we win here, we extend it back to 11, and it's just a matter of seeing out each game as and when they come now. Well, we've not quite got going yet, quarter of the way through this game. Portimonense have had most of the ball, and that's a brilliant pass through, and Portimonense lead. Well, for the second game in a row, we've gone a goal behind, and maybe with the pressure just off slightly, Benfica losing their stride towards the end of the season. We did manage to pull it back in the last game, but as I say, 2 games in a row now where we have fallen behind. Lovely feet, brilliant, and Rafa couldn't get the shot away. Rafa. And there's the reverse ball. Frederick! He's been the man in form, and he scores his 3rd goal in 2 games to draw us back level with Portimonense. Now can we go on and find the winner? It's not been convincing in the last couple of games. Jurasek. Nicely worked. Oh, nicely reversed. And from range, there's the goal. Looking for a goal-a-game ratio to close out this season. We're just slightly off the pace. And yet that is going to do it. Again, not convincing, but another 3 points on the board. Gap extended to 11 points once again. I think it's too little, too late, as Jojo would say, for Porto. We're nearly there. Come on, boys, just keep these wins rolling. So then Victoria up next, and this time we actually play before Porto, so a chance to extend our lead at the top to 14 points, which wouldn't quite give us enough for the title just yet, but we would be within touching distance and could win it in our next game, I believe. Rafa, good ball. And I'll get it back to the little Portuguese wizard in behind, and he's not going to miss that. Mistake at the back from the Vitoria man. Here come Vitoria. Good ball inside, and Ledesma's there. Good stop from the league's clean sheet king. As the corner's floated in, and Ledesma, doesn't get there. And trouble here, and Vitoria are level. Silva comes inside and bends Vitoria into the lead. Well, I think we're going to run out of time here. Just 1 minute added on. And Vitoria are going to come away with a deserved win. Lightning will not strike 3 times, as finally Benfica are defeated for just, I believe, the 3rd time in the league this season. Does just open up the door slightly for Porto, but it still just feels like a matter of time. Disappointing performance though. So as you can see there, Porto held to a draw by Sporting, which means with 4 games remaining, 10 points is the gap, which by my calculations means that if we win here against Famalicão, then Porto will not be able to catch us with a 10-point gap, even if they win against bottom of the league Vizela. So amazingly for this this game clincher, I was actually dropped to the bench for Musa, who's barely had a kick all season long. I don't really know how this game works. It does not make any sense, but we lead by a goal to 0, and with me coming on, I'm fairly confident we'll get the job done, as Frederick makes it 2, and the title is coming to Benfica. I press this from us, I've nicked it back, burst away from the defender, and that will be 3. Terrible, terrible defending. And that should get us in the mood for that cup final. Knockout blow. Title is coming back to the north of Lisbon. No, see out the clean sheet for Ledesma. And I'll give it back to João Mario. And if he can return it to me here, we could be in business. Rafa. Lovely little spin from me. And looking to find Rafa again in the middle. Brilliant pass. And Benfica turn on the style. Well, that should just about do it. Party time in Portugal. And I'm pretty sure that should cue the title celebrations for Benfica. I mean, the fans don't look particularly happy, but there we go. The players are on the pitch. And it's our first major league title of our career. In fact, first title of any. I thought we won it in the first year with Crawley, but no, we went up through the playoffs, didn't we? So here we go. Frederick to lift it for Benfica, your Liga Portugal champions. And that's a good feeling. We've been the best team in the league this season. It's been a small squad, which has helped to keep rhythm in the side. We did have to take the hit of the Champions League, but it does mean we are victorious and pick up the first league trophy of our career. So yeah, a lovely feeling to know that it's wrapped up with 3 games to go. We have, of course, got our eyes set on that domestic double. And with Boa Vista to come in the Taça Portuguesa final, still lots on the line. We'll rattle through these final 3 league games before we get to that cup final, which will come at the end of today's episode. So, of course, we've not got a huge amount left to play for now, other than those individual stats. And I would love to finish the season with a goal-to-game ratio of 1 goal every game, and that's the perfect start. I think we're on 28, or that'll be our 29th now, so we needed 6, I believe, to get to 1 goal per game. Corner here for Benfica just before the break. cleared away. But it'll fall to me on the edge. Oh, it's a cracking strike. 2-0 just before the break. And in these final 3 games, we needed to score a brace in each on average to make it to 34. We've already got 2 in the first half of this one. If we can secure the hat-trick in the second, we're in a great position to hit 34. No real chances to score the hat-trick goal in this second half. And unless we nick the ball here and send it forward, it's looking pretty unlikely. Here we come, though. Nice little back heel. Can you reverse it to me? Yes, you can. Brilliant build up, and there is the hat-trick. Final kick of the game. Benfica lead by 3. So we are facing Boa Vista here, which is, of course, a mock-up of the cup final in a few weeks' time. So good to get to know our opposition players. And I've been doing some reading into some stats as we fire in the opening goal, both individual and team stats heading into this game here. If we win both of our final 2 games, then we will actually set a new points record in the Liga Portuguesa. Porto currently hold the record with 91 points, which was picked up a couple of years ago now. Sergio Conceição's side won on the final day to make it 91 points in the season. If we win both of our remaining 2, we will head into the 92 point mark, and as I say, we'll set a new record. I'm also looking to not set a new record as such, but looking to make it 34 goals in the Liga Portuguesa, which was last done in the 17-18 season by Brazilian striker Jonas. I'm not sure if some of you older Ultimate Team players may remember him. Great Ultimate Team card a couple of years ago. And him and Bastos actually both did it in consecutive seasons, hit 34 goals in the Liga Portuguesa, which of course does average out as a goal per game. We've done pretty well in this one, scoring early doors, and that does put us on record 32 in 32 as we currently stand. I'd love to get another here today just to secure the win, of course, so we can hit that 92 point mark, but also it'll mean I only need 1 more goal on the final day to reach 34 individually. It's not me who grabs the second, it's Casper Tengstedt. Lovely move on the break, and Benfica do lead by 2, which should wrap up the win. There it is, all done and dusted here in Lisbon. Benfica win, and that means heading into the final day, a win will do it. We will set a new points record of 92, and I'd love to get to that 34 goal mark. It won't be a record, but we're going to need 2 in this final game. We're definitely going to win the Golden Boot now, as myself and Goncalves way out ahead at the top. Still work to be done, and still a lot to play for, I'd say, in this final game. One thing I would say that can keep a save enjoyable, we'd obviously wrapped up the league title with a few games to go, but still lots to play for. Oh, brilliant run. Brilliant run. Oh, brilliant goal. And I was just going to say, if you're struggling to sort of keep that enthusiasm for the games when there's not really too much to play for, look up stats online and records and figures and stuff like that, and it'll give you something to play for. Like, you know, I had no idea of the points record, but now that I know that we can actually go ahead and beat it, I'm all for it. And those last few games we had something to play for, and you know, the individual goal record, it's not, I'm offside. It's not a goal record to hit 34, but obviously it is a nice round number as it averages out at a goal per game, and it's not been done for some time in the league. So to be able to hit that figure, again, gives you something to motivate yourself to play. Rafa. João Mario, come on, this could be it. Shot from range, and there it is. 34 goals. Signed, sealed and delivered to those Benfica fans. Rafa's just stopped playing on the edge of the box. What's going on here? That will do it. Benfica win on the final day to set the points record, and I wish there was more sort of animated celebrations. You know, that's a great achievement, and to set the record and eclipse our big rivals' points tally, and the boys just sort of celebrate it like it's a standard win. But you know, EA probably never going to add stuff like that in. But great performance from us. 2 more goals on the board, and that does see us win the Golden Boot. Oh, and guys, look at this. Gareth Southgate has been on the blower, and we have been selected for the World Cup squad. Of course, 2026. Not too sure if Harry Kane's still going to be playing for England or what level he's going to be at. We are in the squad. We're going to have to work our way into the team, but we might have a little mini episode coming in the next one. Still got this Taça Portuguesa Cup final to focus on as we face Boa Vista as we look to bow out with a domestic double. The league titles all wrapped up, won it by 10 points in the end. 30 wins in 34, maybe a record in itself. Only 18 goals conceded, and as I say, that 92 points does mean that we are record holders or record breakers for the most points picked up in a league season, and of course our 34 goals in 34 games. We did also win the assist title with 20 assists in 34, and Ledesma miles out in the race for the Golden Glove. It's been a brilliant individual season. 42 goals, 28 assists across all competitions. Of course, I'm not 100% sure what my plans are for next year. You know, I don't want to necessarily move around every single season. I want to kind of build myself and establish myself at a club. But if we win this cup final here, winning the double, I don't think there's a lot more I can achieve with Benfica. But you know, I'm not set on leaving just yet. Still work to be done as we make our 50th competitive appearance of the season. Let's make sure it's a win. Let's go and secure that domestic double and close out the season in style. Forza Benfica. Right, here we go then. Cup final time. We, of course, just faced these boys in the league. So looking to go back-to-back against them here. But in a one-off game, you can never really be too sure what the outcome is going to be. Also got some good news as David Neres is back in the side today. Oh, and there might be a chance here. Oh, a decent effort with the outside of the boot as I just got away from my man, but well turned away. Corner. Koku goes up. Frederick gets it down on the deck. And that's nice football. Maybe a chance on the edge of the box, and again, the keeper's there to turn it away. Kamara cut out by Jurasek. Well worked inside, shot comes in, and Boa Vista take a shock lead. Fiore, who was one of the top scorers in the league this year, opens the scoring for the underdogs. Wow. Yeah, we've got a bit of work to do, haven't we, boys? This is not what everyone had on the script. Frederick pokes it through the gap. Am I onside? I am. But I've put it wide of the post, and that will do it for the first half. Big opportunity spurned just before the break. Nice football. João Mario dinks one into the middle, and there's the goal. Ooh, we said the chances had fallen to me, and we hadn't taken them. But it just took one clear-cut opportunity, and I headed us back into the lead, just waiting on that penalty spot. Defender tracking back, doesn't get tight enough, and it's headed into that side netting. And now we can break. This is where I'm dangerous. Switches on. Rafa, great opportunity. Rafa, Jurasek in the middle. Koku. Jurasek to win it! It's the unlikely hero Jurasek up from left back on the break. And Benfica have turned it around. From a goal down, we lead 2-1 in the final. And that really would be a great way to end our season with Benfica here. A domestic double, a record points tally in the league. And we're looking to seal it here. Rafa round the corner. This will seal it for 3-1 game. Benfica win the cup. And I score in the final. What more could you ask for? And potentially a perfect send-off from Lisbon. Well, there is the whistle. Fair play to Boavista. They gave it a real good shot in the final and were so close to seeing it out. But we just have too much quality for them. And it is the Benfica fans chanting my name come full time. I think they know, and I think they are grateful for everything I've achieved this season. And despite having moved on 3 times in my career, it may be time to do so again. And it's the captain, Frederick, to once again lift the trophy. This time the Taça Portuguesa for Benfica. Domestic double secured. And it has been a fantastic individual and team season for myself and Benfica. What a way to bow out if it is to be my final game for the club. So guys, that is where we will leave today's episode, the Season 3 finale with Benfica, and what a way to end it. A domestic double secured, Taça Portuguesa and the Liga Portugal both won in today's episode with the points record set at 92. It's been a ridiculously good season, individually and as a team. And honestly, I'm not too sure where this leaves us now. I'm going to have a think about it, see what offers come in. But it does look as if we will be returning with a special episode with the England national team at the 2026 World Cup before we even decide where our future lies. So let me know if you do have any recommendations on where you would like to see us go next. But that will do it for today's episode, guys. I hope you have enjoyed, and peace.